Welcome, squaddies. I am your host, Lauren. Today we expose them. Today we get ready because this episode is not just a clapback, is nothing more than a coward hiding behind a microphone. Harry is vilified for simply telling his own truth. Status quo. Does Vine ever invite real Meghan bashers are playing and your credibility is hanging by a thread towards Meghan Markle? While many in the media have a mission to slander Meghan at every turn, one would devote to such a destructive cause. Today we expose them. Today we shut them down. The Bible is clear. Isaiah 54:17 declares, "No weapon formed against you shall prosper, and every tongue that rises against you in judgment you shall condemn." And trust me, squaddies, the weapons of hate are crumbling before our very eyes. Their lies are unravelling, their hypocrisy is showing, and their desperation is reaching new heights because Prince Harry and Meghan are still winning, thriving and breaking barriers. So get ready because this episode is not just a clapback, it's a reckoning. This is for the Squaddy family, for everyone who stands for truth, justice and love. Let's get into it.
On 5. Now let's get into our next debate. It's a big one. Who are you who are you backing in the battle between Donald Trump and Harry and Meghan? 0207 862 22 is the number. Trump has said he won't deport Prince Harry from the US amid a legal battle to find out whether the Duke lied on his visa application. But that doesn't mean that Trump is going soft on the Sussexes. The Sussexes. Here is what he said to the New York Post regarding that decision. Let's just have a look at what he said. He says, look, I will leave him alone. I'll leave him alone. He's got enough problems with his wife. She's terrible. I mean... There he is.
I agree.
That's his opinion. That's certainly yours. Then, while speaking at the opening ceremony of his Invictus Games tournament in Canada, Prince Harry made these comments, which some, I suspect many in the media, have taken as a jibe at Trump. Have a listen.
When there is no shortage of crises, no absence of uncertainty, no lack of weak moral character in the world, the values you embody, the way you carry yourselves, not only at the Invictus Games, but each and every day. Your courage, your resilience, your humanity illuminate a path forward for us all.
Ooh, weak moral character. Does that sound like Donald Trump to you, maybe? Do you think the president's criticism of Meghan is uncalled for? Or do you think it's pretty much on the money? I'm going to go to you, Reem, first, because you clearly have views about Meghan. You're on the side of the Donald.
I'll tell you who I'm on the side of, the royal family. And I think that actually, according to some of the remarks that Trump has made, the real reason that he is so upset by Harry and Meghan and the things that they have said is because of how much it's probably hurt the late Queen. I mean, Trump said, I'd say, although she wouldn't show it because she was strong and smart, talking about the late Queen Elizabeth II, but I would imagine that they broke her heart. He was talking about some of the things that Harry and Meghan said when they departed the UK and they moved over to the US. And just ignoring that for a second, what really frustrates me about Harry and Meghan is that they said at the beginning, we just want to live our lives in peace. We want to go and live in California and not be in the public eye. And then they release a Netflix documentary and a book and another documentary, and now she's got a cooking show. They really want to be in the public light. They are hypocrites.
Jonathan, can I just, it's some might say at home, I don't know, I'm going to wait for people to call, but I know a number of people in my family that have very strong views about this. And I say, hang on a second, how can Prince Harry criticise Trump or even tangentially criticise Trump for poor moral character when you write a book about your family, giving away all of those sacred secrets between you and your brother, for instance, and criticise, and cause perhaps emotional distress to the Queen, and sort of leave your duty? Is that moral character?
Well, I think that's a fair point about Prince Harry. But I've got to say on Meghan Markle, I mean, I literally could not care less. I do not understand why everybody gets so worked up about her. Look, I love the Queen. I met the Queen once. It was a huge, it was a wonderful day. I also got to have lunch that day with Kate as well, which was a real thrill when they came to Leicester.
That's part of the point. I mean, when he stands up and talks about moral character,
he has none.
Well, He hasn't. You say he has not?
He hasn't. He literally went out and in this book Spare, talking about basically airing the family's dirty laundry whilst the Queen was in her 90s. I mean, I'm sorry, but no matter what your view is on, again, I'm sort of with Jonathan on this, I don't care what Harry and Meghan do, but they try and make the media care. They get themselves in the media, they go out on stage. They said at the beginning they didn't want to have, and I've got very strong opinions on this.
No, it's good.
They said at the beginning they didn't want to be in the media, and yet they continuously do so, airing up their dirty laundry, and I can't imagine how much it would have hurt the Queen.
Let's start with the ongoing media frenzy. Time and time again, certain outlets and figures continue to fixate on Meghan and Harry, twisting narratives and pushing an agenda meant to diminish their accomplishments. Prince Harry, through his work with Invictus Games and his advocacy for mental health, is proving that leadership isn't about where you sit in the royal hierarchy. It's about action, service, and purpose. And Meghan, with her unwavering dedication to women's empowerment and community work, continues to be a force for good, inspiring people worldwide. Recently, we've seen headlines about former US President Donald Trump commenting on Prince Harry's visa status. While some have tried to spin this into controversy, the reality is simple. Meghan and Harry have built a life in the US rooted in purpose, and no political distraction will change that. Instead of getting caught up in the noise, they remain focused on their work, helping others, using their platform for good, and proving that their actions speak louder than words. And speaking of words, let's talk about Prince Harry's speech at the Invictus Games. His message was clear. When the world is in turmoil, when leadership is tested, and when moral character is questioned, it is those who show resilience, compassion, and integrity who lead the way. While some tried to twist his words into a political statement, anyone who truly listened to him understood the deeper message. This was a rallying call for hope, unity, and perseverance in the face of adversity. But of course, there are still those who refuse to see the bigger picture. Certain media personalities continue to spread misinformation, pretending to offer balanced debates, while consistently platforming voices that spew negativity. The truth is, Meghan and Harry's critics aren't upset because the couple has done something wrong. They're upset because despite every effort to tear them down, they keep rising. Take Jeremy Vine, for example. His so-called discussions about Meghan and Harry are nothing more than thinly veiled attacks, providing a platform for voices that have made it their mission to discredit the Sussexes. But here's the thing. Truth will always find its way to the surface. And the truth is Meghan and Harry are thriving, launching successful projects, supporting meaningful causes, and continuing to inspire millions. Then there's Ibrahim, who has turned criticizing Meghan into a personal mission. But let's be real, obsessing over someone else's life, spinning narratives to fit an agenda, and fueling a cycle of negativity says more about the critic than the person they're targeting. Meghan's work speaks for itself. She has championed education, women's rights, and inclusivity, proving time and again that she is here to make a difference. And that's what truly matters. For every negative voice trying to bring Meghan and Harry down, there are millions of supporters who see through the noise. They see a couple who chose love over limitations, service over spectacle, and authenticity over outdated traditions. That's why, no matter what the headlines say, the Sussexes continue to win, not because they play the game, but because they've redefined it entirely. Thank you for joining me today on Meghan and Harry Tales. If you enjoyed this discussion, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Let's keep uplifting each other and celebrating those who dare to make a difference. Until next time, stay positive and stay inspired.